This German Gills video is dedicated to Kanan O'Dell, who tragically lost his life last week at the age of 28. Kanan was a dedicated Gills fan who enjoyed going to Priestfield to support our beloved club with his Gills family. He will be sorely missed by all, and everyone here at German Gills offers any support to those who need it, and our DMs, of course, are always open. We send our condolences and thoughts to Kanan's family and friends at this difficult time. This video is sponsored by CNA Building Products, and if you're a Gills season ticket holder, you can get 10% discount on any of their products in their catalogue if you show your season ticket at checkout. If you'd like to get access to their catalogue, the link to everything you need in their website is in the description down below. A big shout out to Viper Golf. They have made me this custom-made golf shirt with the German Gills logo here, and I urge you to go and look at their website because they make some fantastic retro golf football mix kind of shirts. So if you're into football and you're into your golf, this is definitely the website for you. It is also run by someone with the same name as me, Reese, who used to be a player in the youth setup at Gillingham as well. But if you use the discount code of GG5, you will get £5 off every shirt that you purchase at checkout. The link to them is also in the description down below. Welcome to German Gills. Gillingham head up to Yorkshire to take on low-line Doncaster Rovers. Your German Gills show will bring you a live match reaction today from your host, Reese. Luke's got his first full house last week, and can he get 2 in a row now from today's Luke's 11? Kirrien will be our matchday reporter today as Gills look to continue their winning streak at the Eco Power Stadium. Schön, dass du da bist und los geht's, Gills! Welcome to the German Gills show as Gillingham take on Doncaster Rovers away at the Eco Power Stadium. Doncaster haven't had the best start of the season, but they did win their first game last week against Forest Green, so this is not going to be an easy game for the Gills. Honestly, I'd take a point right now. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game. Thank you very much for stopping by on this German Gills show. Any Doncaster Rovers fans, thank you very much for stopping here also. And if you'd like to support the channel, you could do so through Buy Me a Coffee, and any donations are much appreciated. And if you'd like to reach out to German Gills, our WhatsApp link is in the description down below. If you would like to go straight to the live match reaction, use the chat box at the bottom of the video to navigate around. Luke got 11 out of 11 for the first time last week. He couldn't get 2 in a row, could he? Let's find out.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Luke's 11, which is sponsored by C&A Building Products. After 3 back-to-back wins at home, it's our turn to get back on the road as we face Doncaster Rovers. Following on from Harris's pre-match, we're going into this weekend fairly light on numbers, with George Lapsley, Ollie Hawkins and Tim Deang having extensive spells on the sidelines. Last weekend, I saw a different side to George, something that we haven't seen for a long time, and he was the best player on the pitch before he came off, so I'm gutted that he's going to have that extended spell out. However, there is some good news. As we've all seen, Dom Jeffries is back on the grass, and I'm hopeful he will make the squad for the Mansfield game next weekend. Doncaster have had a tough start to this campaign. With 8 games they've played, they only registered their first win last weekend with a 2-1 victory over Forest Green. They've drawn 2 against Mansfield and Swindon and losing the remainder. However, I wouldn't dwell on their form too much, as I will once again gently remind you about that Colchester game a few weeks ago. On the positive side for Donny, they registered back-to-back wins in all competitions, and that will give them some confidence going into today's game. With the injuries that I've mentioned, I can't see many changes to the lineup following last weekend's 2-1 win against Morecambe, and I've gone with this 11 today. Jake Turner in goal, Che Alexander at right back, a continued partnership of Connor Masterson and Shad Oji, at left back Scott Malone, a midfield 5 of Sean Williams, Ethan Coleman, Connor Mahoney, Jaden Clark and Johnny Williams to play in behind the lone striker of Macaulay Bonne. A challenge I think we'll come out victors of this weekend, albeit by small margins. My score prediction again is going to be a very predictable 1-0 victory, with Bonne opening his league account. Once again, don't forget to put your 11 in the comments below. Lots gets Gills.
Our German Gills report today is our northern correspondent Kirrien, who is heading over to the Eco Power Stadium. Let's hear what he has to say about Gills' match against Doncaster this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gills fans. Doncaster away today, but before we get into that, I just want to pass on my condolences and respect to the family of Kane O'Dell, who tragically passed away during the week. I'm not going to pretend that I know him personally. I've met him 2 or 3 times at Gills matches, and he was a top lad and a true blue Gills fan through and through. On behalf of everyone at the German Gills channel, I just want to pass on our condolences to his family. On to today's game, we've got Doncaster today, who currently are sitting just in the bottom 3, I think. But after 2 wins on the trot, will be building up their confidence from a shaky start to the season, and that could prove difficult for us today. The good side is Jake Turner has signed a new deal with us, and let's hope his form continues. He hasn't really put a glove wrong this season, and long may that continue. Bonne, I'm hoping, will get on the score sheet today. He's started to look better for us. His fitness is getting there, and if we can get him scoring, he'll be lethal for us this season. Overall, sticking it true to form, I think we're gonna win 1-0 today, hopefully 2-0. I don't really see Doncaster being much of a challenge for us today. That being said, if they are on a resurgence, they'll be up for a spanking of us today to show that they're on the way back up. So for me, I'm going to go 1-0, Bonne to score, and another clean sheet for Jake Turner. Up the Gills.
And of course, we have the German Gills fan zone. Let's hear what some fans have to say about our match this afternoon.
Coming off a win against Morecambe last week and still being top of the table, I think this can only go one way. 3-0 Gills, scorers, Shea Alexander penalty, Sean Williams and Ashley Nadesan. Lost Gates Gills.
Good afternoon, Reece. Ben here. Just walking to the Keepmoat Stadium now as I speak. Hope you are well, and I'm going to say for today's score prediction against Doncaster Rovers, I'm going to say a 1-1 draw with Tom Nichols to score for us. Fingers crossed for 3 points, and Los Gills.
Good morning, Reece. Today the result going to be 2-1 Gills. It's going to be Nadesan and Masterson. Up the Gills. Both those Gills.
Let's head over to the Eco Power Stadium for today's live match reaction. Los Gills! So we're about to get underway here at the Eco Power Stadium, or the Keepmoat Stadium, I suppose is the original name. And I just want to give a big shout out to our main sponsor, which is C&A Building Products. The link to all of their catalogues and products in the description down below to take a check of their materials out on their website. Sorry, stumbling over my words a bit there as we get underway. And a big shout out to 2 people as well. Jackson's going for a 2-0 win today, and he's going to put Bonne on the score sheet, which I would like to see actually, and Craig from Canada's going for a scrappy 1-1. And I tell you what, Craig, I think I'd take that right now, actually, get a point away from this game today. But let's see how this one unfolds. Oh, that's a mistake by Doncaster. Bonne's through. Can he take advantage? He takes a shot, and it's a weak shot by Bonne. And Doncaster really had an awful lapse in defence there. Really bad pass. And I have to say, Bonne should be doing a lot better. He tried to place it in the bottom left-hand corner, but actually, I was hoping he'd really put some power behind it, but it didn't happen. It was a shot on target nonetheless, and Lewis Jones had to make the save, but it wasn't anything else, really. But as we're still attacking now, as Nichols picks up the ball and crosses it over, and it's going to be cleared away by Tom Nixon. 0-0, but I really do think Gills would have got ahead early on there. Doncaster coming forward, had a great opportunity. It's 1-1 with the goalkeeper. This could be a chance for Doncaster. It's a great save by Jake Turner, and Biggins arguably should have put it in the back. I think it's Biggins. No, it's not. Is that Ben closely must can't quite work out if it was Doncaster, but nonetheless, a really good work by Jake Turner, and really should be 1-0 to Doncaster as the attack is still on, and it's a shot from distance, goes over the bar. I think that was Westbrook who took the shot. Gillingham got away with that one, and I have to say, Jake Turner saving Gillingham with this one. It's a really simple move by Doncaster, and it's Louis Marsh who managed to get through in the end. And I mean, Louis Marsh should be scoring that, I have to be honest. But it's still a really good save by Jake Turner, who got himself big, made the save, and Gillingham were alert for the second wave attack from the front on the left. I've got to say, It's Gillingham a little bit, edgy at the back there, and we know that if we concede early on, it's going to be very difficult. So good job that Doncaster obviously didn't take the lead there. Wow, sparked into life a couple of minutes then. Doncaster taking this corner shot on the right-hand side, looking to get the ball in. They go to the back post, and it's just tipped over the bar. Well, it's gone straight over the bar, actually, by Doncaster. So make correction quickly on the last highlight. It wasn't Louis Marsh who made that attack forward for Doncaster. Sorry, Doncaster Rovers fans. It was Mo Fowl. I think you're low knee. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll make sure I get it right next time. Happens sometimes. So Doncaster got a free kick inside the box. Actually, an indirect free kick. It was obstruction by Max Amer, the referee judged. That's a little bit harsh, actually, but I can see from the referee's viewpoint why that might have been the case. But as we take the shot here from... Oh, it's gone to the back of the net. It's a good goal, that is, by Ben Close. And this is going to be an interesting talking point. I've got to say, it's a lovely work by Doncaster getting the ball, I think, corner. Jake Turner be disappointed he didn't get down there and save it. But, interestingly, what's led up to the indirect free kick will be a massive talking point. I think it's a little bit harsh, actually, against Max Amer. I think most people would say it was a bit of a bogus call by the referee. But the referee did see Max Amer, unfortunately, obstruct the initial play. And I have to say... It's a decent goal by Doncaster. We closed it down. He managed to find a gap Ben Close and put it at the back of the net. Gills, as we know, after going behind, we have some real work to do, and it doesn't usually go in our favour. Oh well. Doncaster 1, Gillingham 0. Gills got the ball on the left-hand side. Malone's going to put the ball in the box, headed away by Doncaster out for a corner. I just want to say that, again, I said about the initial free kick being inside the box for Doncaster. Actually, the reason I think that was given initially was Max Amer gave a back pass to Jake Turner, who picked it up. He must have nicked it when he got inside. So that's why it was given. I don't think it was obstruction. It was a pass back to the goalkeeper. That's why there was a free kick inside the penalty box. Anyway, Gills got a corner now. Let's see how this one unfolds. We keep the highlight going. It goes into the box to the back post, and Marston's picked it up. Can he get back in and into the Quills goal? Coming. Oh! He hit the crossbar. My goodness, I thought the keeper saved it, but I think actually he just crashed against the crossbar, and Gills had a great opportunity to go and equalise here, and it heads back to Jake Turner from Alexander. My goodness me, Gills nearly get on level terms from this corner, from the first corner of the game, actually, as well for the Gills. Gills are going to find a way back in this game. We're trying to pick it up a little bit here. And, well, as I say, that good defending in the end. Right, calm down. Gills are slowly finding a way back into this game. Gills coming down this left-hand side of the building attack as it's blocked and it goes out for a throw-in. OG's just about going to keep this one in. I just want to say on the 28th minute to remind everyone that this video is dedicated to Kaynan O'Dell, who tragically lost his life last week. And all of our thoughts are with his family at this very difficult time. And hopefully, as a result, Gills can get something from this game in his honour. But yeah, dedicated to Kaynan O'Dell. Alexander's taking this throw on the right-hand side of Coleman. Chase going to get it into the box. It's a good tackle by Doncaster at the end, but Coleman see up the ball. He's put it into the box. Can we attack that? It's headed away by Doncaster. Can we get the follow-up? It's headed into the ground back from Bonne. Shot from distance, and it's on target. I think that might be Williams at the end who got the shot on goal. It's a decent collection by Jones in goal, but really good work by Coleman to get the ball into the box. And again, it's a header away, but Gills are recycling the play. It's a good header. It was Williams, good header to Bonne. And eventually just shot from Malone, who got the shot on target in the end. Decent, dangerous work from Gillingham. I think we're slowly getting into this game. If we could snatch one before half-time, it would really change the whole game complexion. Still 1-0 Doncaster. Williams puts her ball in from the left-hand side. Can we attack as we get down to create opportunity? Marston heads it down. There's in the back of the net. It is a Macaulay Bonne. Oh, it's another shot on target. And I've got to say again, Macaulay Bonne, with his finishing, he's not really impressed me at the moment. He's had two great opportunities to try and get his foot through it, a little bit of power to put it at the back of the net. And both times it feels like it's a bit of a scuff or a miss hit. Or in fairness, actually, there might have been a decent block in the end by Tom Anderson, the Doncaster captain. I'm not quite sure. It's quite hard to see from this angle. But I think Bonne should be on the score sheet in this game, really. That's a poor pass in the end by Luke Molyneux. Anyway, Gills are getting into this game a little bit more, and hopefully we can just snatch one before half time as Alexander comes on the right hand side. We'll keep the highlight going, and Bonne has picked up the ball. Come on, Bonne, show me what you can do. Actually, I want him to do really well, of course. Moni's picked up the ball on the right hand side. I think this attack is going to slow right down, unfortunately, as it goes to the right hand side. It's going to be cleared away again by Anderson, and I think that's going to be the highlight over. And 1-0 Doncaster, and they've got a free kick. Gills got a corner on this left-hand side. Can be floated to the back post. Can Gills get something here as it goes across the goal? And it's gone in! And it's a goal from Masterson. I think he's managed to head that one in. What a fantastic header to the back left post. Gills equalised just before half-time. And I have to say, out of all the attacking intent Gillingham have had in terms of response to Doncaster's first goal, it's totally deserved in my opinion, and it's come from our centre-back Masterson, and what a header. He's tracked it in all the way from the right-hand side of the box essentially. It floated into the left-hand side. What a fantastic run, left his marker and gone straight into the left-hand side of the goal. That was never going to be stopped. It was big into, he got off of, I think when he was running away, Masterson lost him as a marker. Back of the net, and Gills are back in this game, and it is Doncaster Rovers 1, Gillingham 1. So there's a corner of Doncaster on this right-hand side. This is the last play of the game as it goes hopefully to the hands of Jake Turner. He's punched it away, and surely, referee, that is half-time, and it is half-time. Whoa! Just got one right before the end of the first half. 1-0. So at half-time, it is Doncaster Rovers 1, Gillingham 1, and on the line we have our northern correspondent, Kirrien.
Good afternoon, Reese.
So what do you make of this game so far?
Average. We've looked good at times. We've looked really bad at times. We've given the ball away a bit too easily at times, but we made some great tackles. Jake Turner's made a couple of good saves. So all in all, I think for an away game, we've done all right, but average for me.
Yeah. I'll ask you a question. For the goal that Doncaster scored, do you think that the wall had a bit of a part to play in the goal, or was it just a really good shot in the bottom right-hand corner for Jake Turner's
it was a really good shot in the bottom right-hand corner, but the wall negated his view. He couldn't see it. There was no way he could see it. I'm right behind the goal where I'm sat, and I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the ball, so Turner definitely wouldn't have been able to see it.
Oh, fair enough. And also, Gillingham's goal, I'd love to see your perspective because you're obviously at the other end of this rugby pitch. It was a great header from Marston. I don't know what you could see from your end.
It looked well worked. It looked like something that had been done on the training ground. Masterson glided it into the top corner brilliantly. It was the only place he could score, and he put it in the right place. Overall, it just looked like a really well-worked corner that's been drilled on the training ground for the last week.
But if you were to rate a Gills performance out of 10, what would you give it for that half?
A 7.
A 7. I'll take a 7 away from Kirrien. We will catch up at full time, and we'll see you then.
Fantastic. See you later, Reese.
So we're soon about to get underway for the second half and see if Gills can, maybe get something from this game. Hopefully 3 points. Let's see how it unfolds in the second half. Doncaster now coming down this left-hand side, they're building an attack, and Gills have got to be careful defensively because Doncaster slowly building into this game as it goes to Ben close edge of the box. And it's going to be Harrison Biggins are going to take a shot, looks over his left foot, and it's blocked over by Malone, who managed to get the block in. And I've got to say, the last sort of 10 minutes, Gills had a bit of an ascendancy the first few minutes, but now actually it's really all Doncaster who are looking more likely to score at the moment as they win the first corner of the second half. And Gills have got to be a little bit careful because obviously Doncaster with home advantage could easily get 2-1 in front, and that could be it for Gillingham. So got some defensive work to do, but it's looking more like Doncaster at the moment. Still 1-1. Gills have picked up the ball on the left-hand side with Malone. He's got an opportunity to run to the box. He's put it in early instead. And Gills creates something here. It's not great work. And Master puts it in. He's managed to get control of it. Can we get the shot? Bonne puts it over the bar. That was his great opportunity, the third in this game, to get onto the score sheet. I thought the attack was dead when Masterson, I thought he put it out of play. But in the end, great interception by Scott Malone. He had a lot of work, a good bit of pace onto the ball. Took the cross early as well. Saw Masterson, he wasn't that ready for the mistake in the end by Doncaster, put it back in, but Bonne really should be trying to get that one on target, of course. It's probably the hardest one out of all the chances he's had, but again, he's had 3 really clear-cut opportunities to try and put Gillingham ahead here, and he hasn't got himself on the score sheet, and it is still Doncaster 1, Gillingham 1. Gills got along for on the left-hand side, taken by OG. Can we flick on and get an opportunity here? It's been headed away by Doncaster, headed back towards goal. Could Gills get something here? It's got to be a shot on goal. Someone by Coleman. No, it's been headed out. Can Malone put it back in to recycle it? Can Gills' foot get on it to clear? Oh, it's not quite worked out, but Alexander tries to flick it back in. It's gone to Marston. Can he got your second goal, can he? Oh, he nearly can as well. I don't know how really close that was, but Marston nearly doubled his score tally. Good work by Gillingham. What we're doing really well at the moment is recycling the play, and I really like to see that kind of work because you can win games by attrition. I'll tell you what, it's an ambitious effort, but it probably isn't too far away from Masterson. Whew, Gillingham looking a lot better now. Still 1-1. It's a short corner for Doncaster on this right-hand side. And looking to find a way into the box. They've got a lot of space here to make this opportunity. It's worked well for Doncaster. Head towards goal, and it's a save by Jake Turner. I think that was quite comfortable in for Jake Turner to save, but he still had to make it nonetheless as he clears this ball long for Mahoney to chase. I don't think he's going to get there. I think it's going to be Tom Nixon's going to clear it up. And Gills have well, I don't know. Let's get his highlight going because Malone has picked up the ball on the left-hand side. It's all go at the moment. It's just a massive crossfield kick, and that's going to be Alexander who's going to have to try and pick out. He hasn't managed to do it, but Gills have won themselves from the right-hand side. Great work that is by Gillingham to get that counter on, to get a little bit of area and territorial possession. But what fantastic work that is by Doncaster. A really good corner routine. They've been doing that all game, that short one. On another day, the header goes to the back of the net, but it is a relatively comfortable save in the end for Jake Turner. 1-1. Doncaster coming down this left-hand side. You've got to be defensively careful here because Doncaster a bit of the ascendancy as it goes towards goal, and it's a decent save again by Turner. Actually, it could have gone anywhere, that one. Or whether that's a cross-come shot, doesn't matter anyway, as the ball looks like it's going to be recycled back in again by Doncaster. It's blocked and gone out for a corner. And Doncaster again are knocking on the door. I want to see this one again. I think it's from Ben Close, I think, who had this shot. It was a shot. He tried to place it. I tell you what, If Tom Nixon's a little bit more alert there, he might put that in the bottom right-hand corner. Luckily, he wasn't, and Jayden did enough just to push it out. But Doncaster still on the ascendancy, looking at the last sort of 5 minutes, the most likely to score. Mackenzie's looking for the switch. Can Gills get on the end of this? It's going to be Naderson who's going to chase this one down with his strength and pace. It's gone to Malone now. Can Gills use his opportunity as Doncaster now slightly in the back foot? It's gone to Naderson. He's going to have to take on his man. He's got Malone in support, and eventually it's gone to Mahoney. Mahoney's got a great left foot. Can he get in the box? You've also got Malone there. Use both of them. He's going to go himself. Oh, it's a little bit hectic. There's a great bit of space for Malone to get in the box. Can Gills take advantage of this? Surely you've got McCauley. Bonne. Oh, no. No one's quick enough to that. It's a great opportunity to just have a little bit of instinct to try and see that into the back of the net. It's great work from the Gills. Just hit Bonne on the knee. Come on, Bonne. You've got it in your locker. It's just we want to see it. Put it in the back of the net. 1-1. Doncaster got an opportunity here. They're going to shoot from distance to the side. It's good work. Oh, what a goal that is. Oh, if there was going to be a winning goal, it was either going to be a real scrap or an absolute monster of a shot from Ben Close. There's no stopping that from about, 28 yards? I've got to take my hat off for that and say what a fantastic way to score. And it's unfortunate. If there was going to be a goal in this game, it's going to be something like that. I was almost certain of it. I mean, if it's a real harsh one on Gillingham, because I kind of feel like we've done enough to stay in the game and get something from it. But look at this shot from distance. What a fantastic goal that is. I think Ben Close, and it looks like Doncaster are going to walk away with 3 points, and Gillingham are going to chalk another loss up this season away from home. It's a real shame. I really thought Gillingham would probably get a point away from this fixture, but when you get against a shot like that, there's not really much you can do. Doncaster 2, Gillingham 1. Good ball, Malone puts it left side of Mackenzie. It's going to go to OG on the left-hand side. Gills in the front of the way into the box. It's not a bad ball from Alexander's got to go out to the right-hand side. He will do with Mahoney. Can Mahoney create some magic for Gillingham himself? He's going to go into the box. Can he get it across? He can! Oh! It was so close. A great energy from Mahoney, and Gills still have an opportunity to try and snatch this at the end. Great acceleration from Mahoney, and it's unfortunate because he's done really well to find the space for himself. He blasted it. I think that's a good goal hit save by the goalkeeper, Jones, and Gills have a corner in the depth to try and get themselves an equaliser. Goes to the box. It's headed back. Surely someone's going to take a shot on goal. It is Alexander. It's always going to be heading over. And it looks like Gills have only got 2 minutes to try and salvage something from this game. But my goodness me, didn't we have a go at it in these last few minutes? It's like a lovely little pass back actually by Marston, I think that is. And the over the ball start from Alexander has to be a worldie to be able to equalise, but unfortunately didn't come to fruition, and it's still 2-1 Doncaster. Gills with the corner on the right hand side. Can we get something from it? It's gone right to goal. Oh, no! Oh, they're so convinced that it got into the back of the net from OG. And I don't know what's going to happen here. Malone, there's a bit of an argy-bargy, but I don't know what's happened. But there's going to be, so the ref's got a decision to make here, but I don't know. The angle of eye follow sometimes just makes it look like it's gone into the back of the net. I was convinced that had gone in. And it looks like Gills are going to end up losing this. Malone with the yellow card, but I'll put that in the highlight reel for anything to show an egg on my face. Let's have a look at the opportunity again. It's a decent ball, and I have to say from Mahoney, worthy of any good connection from the header. It is a good header from. Oh, it does. Oh, fair enough. It does hit the post. OG really unlucky not to get that in the back of the net. He'll be disappointed with himself. Oh, that was the moment, wasn't it? That was the moment. No one can say we've not thrown it rough and gung-ho right at the end to get an equaliser. It looks like it's going to end up 2-1 to Doncaster, but we had a good go the last few minutes. And that is full time. It's Doncaster 2, Gillingham 1. And we're going to go over to Kirrien to hear his final thoughts for this loss at the Keep Moat Stadium.
And the score's 2-1 to Doncaster Rovers. And what can I say? The substitutions were too late. We were losing the ball too easily. Doncaster deserved the win. 2 really good goals. Jake Turner again has not put a foot wrong and conceded 2 goals. We didn't deserve to win that, in my opinion. We showed some really, really good glimpses of what we can do, but we need to do that for 90 minutes and not 5-10 minutes after we concede. There was times where I was optimistic that we were going to go on and win this, but as soon as that second goal went in, that was it. It was all done. The sub, Jaden Clark should have come on 10 minutes before he did. We need to be able to attack. We can attack. We know we can attack, and we're not. So there's a problem there. There's a lot of people that I've been speaking to at the game today who said that Neil Harris shouldn't be our manager anymore. I'm not going to get into that debate right now, but there's going to become a point where that debate gets louder and louder. One thing I will say is well done and thank you to the Doncaster Rovers fans who clapped on 28 minutes today for Kane and O'Dell. It was very well done from both sides.